Hello, it's Professor Ray again, and I'm here to discuss the basics of MLA formatting for paper one and really for all future papers for our course and any other humanities-based course. There's no writing handbook for this class because I like to use Purdue OWL as a guide, and we'll talk about what that is in just a little bit. So what is MLA format? And I have the quizzical expression of the 1950s TV personality to just kind of encapsulate the frustration that a lot of students feel when they hear MLA format or Chicago style or anything like that. So we'll break it down. My English professor says I need to use MLA format when writing a paper. What is that? So MLA stands for the Modern Language Association. And MLA format provides the style, both the page layout, how we do headers, quotations, how to format your works cited, cite your information, and this is required by all humanities courses. And remember, there are other formats. So if you're in the nursing program or science program or psychology, that ultimately you're going to have to also master other types of citation. But I found as a writing instructor that once you get used to the tenets of one, it's easy to adapt and adjust to other types of formatting requirements. So this is confusing. Why did they invent formatting and citation rules in the first place? Why can't I just type essays however I want and cite things however I want? Well, because I would start receiving essays that looked something like this. By having formatting rules, we get some consistency. So if you look at this essay over here on the left, the students aligned everything right. It's uneven, it's difficult to read. I'm not sure what the font is. They've just signed their name at the bottom. And again, it's hypothetical student. And over here on the right, same thing. So they centered their text and they did it in italics on the top, and then they have it formatted appropriately but tiny font over here. So again, formatting offers consistency, it makes it easy for myself and other people to write, and also anything you read written in MLA format, you'll easily be able to access it, understand it, and follow the citations. Okay, so I've convinced you it's good to format, but how do I format my papers for English 100, composition, and other humanities courses? Where do we even start? Well, first thing to keep in mind, you need to double space your paper and use standard 1-inch margins. You want to use Times New Roman 12-point font. It's consistent, it's even, don't get creative with it. And in the upper left-hand corner of the first page, list your name, your instructor's name, the course, and then the date. And I encourage you to refer to the sample student essays, especially if you hit the blue type in the top left corner and download them as Word documents. It's clear to see how the student applied these formatting rules. Remember to always double space again and center the title after your heading. Do not underline, italicize, or place quotation marks around your title. I've seen people try to do it in size 20 font and bold it with special punctuation. That the title, the way it's set, will let me know it's the title by itself. Then move on from the title to the first line of your text. Create a header in the upper right-hand corner that includes your last name followed by a space with a page number, and I'll show you how to do this in a little bit. Additional page numbers will automatically appear. And type your paper on a computer and print it out in standard 8.5 times 11-inch paper. Again, obviously it's not relevant to our course, you're submitting it to turn it in, but it's good to know for other classes. So this is exactly what I was saying in terms of formatting. You have the student's first name, the professor's name, the course number, the date, note it's the day, the month, and then the year. The title, again, there's a space between the heading and the writing below. And what they were talking about with the header on the right, if you put insert header, you put your last name and the page number, and then the word processor will generate that on every future page. So your last name will appear again. Caitlin 1, Caitlin 2, Caitlin 3, and so on. This is a lot to remember. What can I do? Well, just think, this sounds odd, but think of the image chicken, owl, Purdue chicken, Purdue owl. Purdue University has a wonderful website, OWL stands for Online Writing Lab. So I'll take you to that right now. So you can Google it, whatever you want to do. So you can do Purdue OWL, how do I format my paper? And there's APA formatting style guide and MLA formatting style guide. And every rule you need to know is right here. And Purdue OWL really is like the oracle for writing. You can say, Purdue Owl, how do I cite a book? And make sure you're an MLA, but it will tell you exactly how to cite a book. Now, I'll show you this within a PowerPoint in the future, but it's just good to know that Purdue Owl there is to answer most all questions you have in terms of grammar and writing style. I've given students some links already when I graded their papers on basic grammar errors that I saw in the writing. You could say Purdue Owl, comma splice. So if I wrote you're having an issue with comma splices, Purdue Owl is a great place to start. So they explain what a comma slice is. They give you an exercise to practice it. Sometimes they have audios in the bottom. So again, you have a handbook for our course. It just happens to be free and it happens to be online. Think chicken, think owl, think Purdue Owl.